Do you want to get knowledge? Are you unsatisfied with the teachings of Miss Harrell? Do you just want to learn as much as you can about the election of 1824? There's one man who can teach you what you need to know. And that man is named Professor Jeff. Thank you. Thank you so much. Such an honor to be here as Professor Jeff. You know, I'm just here to teach you, okay? I'm here to educate you about the election of 1824. Now, this election, all right, you know who it's between? It's between Andrew Jackson and John Quincy Adams. See that? This dude, genocide. This dude, head looks like a circle. Who knows, dude? It's a toss-up. Who's better? Now, Andrew Jackson. He was born into poverty on March 15th, 1767. He was also born on the border between North and South Carolina. So, like, they don't really know which state he was born in. He was the son of Irish immigrants. He was very tall, very Irish, had, like, red hair. You know, that's his thing. In this picture, his hair is probably gray because he's an old man. But, you know, who cares? Now, his dad died in a logging accident. It was very sad, you know, very traumatizing. But he was like, you know what, it's good. You know, if that's the one bad thing that happens to me, just, who cares, dude? Your dad died. You look at Batman, dude. Batman's doing fine, and both of his parents died. So, who cares? And then his mom died. So did both of his brothers. So he was like an orphan at age 14. But it's just like Batman, my dude. But Batman didn't lose any siblings, though. It was kind of sad. He was like a lawyer in Tennessee, and he was also a military commander. He owned slaves, you know. He was really like pro-slave. Wasn't, you know, a great thing, but he loved slaves. You know, who can blame him? Andrew Jackson was a senator, but apparently he like didn't like it that much. You know, it wasn't his cup of tea. He ended up like resigning. And oh, this is a big thing. He won the Battle of New Orleans. All right, he like commanded it. He did a very good job of winning that battle, even though the war was already over. So, but people liked it. Okay, people were like, that guy can kill people. So you know where he would do very well? President of the United States. They nominated him for president. Andrew Jackson wasn't like super into being president, but you know what? He would accept it. You know, he's not gonna argue. Now, John Quincy Adams. You know, you might hear the first word and the last word and be like, oh, that sounds familiar. John Adams. But this is a different John Adams. This is the son of John Adams, but this is John Quincy Adams, not John Adams. Even though his name is John Adams, but people call him John Quincy Adams. But his dad was John Adams. They just don't say his dad's middle name, but they do say this dude's middle name, and this dude is John Quincy Adams. So John Quincy Adams, he was born in Braintree, Massachusetts on July 11th, 1767. Now, that's actually the same year that Andrew Jackson was born. So, coincidence? Yes. Spent a lot of his youth in Europe. So John Quincy Adams didn't really like his mom, but he loved his dad, dude. He was like very proud of his dad, you know, all of his dad's accomplishments. It was like a thing of pride for him, you know? He read a bunch of Aristotle and like that kind of garbage. Like, he was really into philosophy and all that stuff. He read like old books. And so basically he was a giant nerd. He grew up on a farm, which we could already see from the thing. He went to Harvard and did super well. He may have been a nerd, but he was a smart nerd. He became a lawyer. He studied law after Harvard. He did loads of diplomacy stuff. He was like out of the country a lot. He was in the Senate for a while. He was also in the House of Representatives for a while. He was Monroe's Secretary of State. Basically, he had a lot of experience, all right? He knew what he was doing. Now, we're getting into the good stuff. All this was just building up to when Andrew Jackson and John Quincy Adams are gonna collide. You know, I could walk you through the election of 1824, right? It's in my skill set. I could just keep reading off this piece of paper. That's boring. You know what's not boring? bring in an expert just to make sure you get the most knowledge possible. So, I brought in an expert. Now, this is our election expert, okay? This is our election of 1824 expert. He spent his entire life studying the election of 1824. I'm gonna take you to this absolute god. He's a genius, okay? He's the smartest man you'll ever know. It is the one, the only, Carl Hammond! Thank you for being here, Carl. Now, how is your day?
Life is misery. Existence is a curse.
All right, Carl.
In life, we are born in blood. We grow up in this meaningless void. We try to find happiness, and everything is taken from us. And at the end, when we are feeble and old and gray, we are taken to never see light again.
Can you just do the segment, Carl?
Fine. The election of 1824 was between Henry Clay, John Quincy Adams, Andrew Jackson, some dude whose last name is Calhoun, and some dude whose last name was Crawford. Andrew Jackson won both the popular vote and the electoral vote, but he did not get a majority of electors, so that it went to the House. John C. Calhoun, this dude withdrew from the race so that he could run for vice president, which he did get. The Crawford dude got real sick, so nobody would elect him. Henry Clay was not in the top 3 elector whatever vote, so he got yeeted. But Henry Clay was the Speaker of the House, and Henry Clay did not like Andrew Jackson. So you know what Henry Clay did? Henry Clay used his power as Speaker of the House to get John Quincy Adams elected, and John Quincy Adams made Henry Clay his Secretary of State, which is like the highest position in the government. That is why it is called the corrupt bargain. The results of it is that it ends up basically splitting the Democratic-Republican Party in half and solidifying a 2-party system. Yay.
Thank you for that depressing lesson on the election of 1824, Carl Hammond. It's very helpful. Election of 1828 was, again, John Quincy Adams versus Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson easily wins. Serves 2 terms. John Quincy Adams only ever served 1 term. 1828 was a very brutal election. Lots of name calling, lots of insults. It's just, ooh, it was a juicy one there, dude. But you know what? Don't take my word for it. We can ask him! We can ask Andrew Jackson. We can ask John Quincy Adams. See our 2019. We can resurrect people now. Sorry. So we brought Andrew Jackson and John Quincy Adams back from the dead. We're going to ask him some questions. Let's get ready to rumble. Alright, Andrew Jackson, I'm just gonna go right in there. I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. Trail of Tears. What's the deal with that, dude? Not exactly a nice thing you did there.
What do you think I'm gonna do? Not get that land, my guy? Let's get this bread. But by bread, I mean land. I think America should own the land. Alright. Not those Indians. Okay? Those Indians, they suck. Indians smell.
Alright. Now, you were the first president that anyone ever tried to assassinate. How do you feel about that?
Oh, yeah, bro, that was sweet. It was metal, dude. Guy walks up to me. I just freaking punch him in the throat. Just chop him up, dude. Completely destroy him. He was like, I'm gonna assassinate you. Nah, dude. He was no match for my fists of fury.
But you only survived because both of his guns misfired.
His guns misfired because I'm so good.
You do you, Andrew. Alright. Now, how do you feel about being on the $20 bill?
See, on one hand, the bank shouldn't exist. But, on the other hand, is pretty sweet, dude. That said, we gotta burn the bank to the ground. National Bank, hell no, dude. Get that out of here.
Alright, thank you for coming in, Andrew. We're gonna call you back later. But for now, we've got to do an interview with John Quincy Adams. Alright, John, we're gonna start off with the most important question. Is it true that you had an alligator as a pet?
Oh my god, my alligator is my best friend. His name is Snappy. He's the best alligator in the world, okay? And if you ever try to insult Snappy, I will snap off your neck, you stupid idiot. Got him.
Okay, stop talking. Just shut up. Just shut up. Just Jesus Christ. Just shut your mouth, okay? Now, how many political parties were you in?
I was in 1 or 2 political parties, you know? Not a big deal.
Well, it says here that you were in 4 of them.
Don't judge me, alright? The Whig Party was looking super cool by the end there, but also so were the Federalists, and I kind of like the Democratic Republicans, you know? But also, like, the Anti-Masonics Party, they've got, like, sweet hangouts, bro. Like, some like, free crackers and cheese at the Anti-Masonic parties.
Now, many people have called your election the corrupt bargain. Do you think your election was corrupt?
Duh, are you trying to tell me my election was corrupt? Absolutely not. Alright, you got a problem? I'll fight you right now. I'll punch you in the throat. I will punch you in the throat. Stupid Professor Jeff.
Alright, that's some sweet insight, John Quincy Adams. Now, we're going to bring in John Quincy Adams and Andrew Jackson. That way, we can just get all the perspectives needed to truly understand their relationship, okay?
Do not bring Andrew Jackson in here. Absolutely not. No.
John's here? No. John is not here.
Get him out of here. Get this depressed vampire looking piece of garbage out of here.
You look like Larry David got turned into an old meatball. So don't you be talking to me saying I look like a vampire, you stupid idiot.
Why the long face? Get it? Because your head is so long.
How many terms did he serve, John? Oh, right. It was 1 term. Freaking idiot.
I can't tell if you look like the villain from Ratatouille or the rat from Ratatouille.
Your head looks like a donut hole.
Tell that to your eyebrows. Get it? Because his eyebrows are massive.
Your wife was the only first lady not born in the United States.
Actually, there was one other first lady who wasn't born in the United States.
What? Who else?
Melania Trump.
Oh, you idiot. Oh, get destroyed.
He got me. Oh, he got me good. Oh, I'm gonna feel that one for the rest of my life. Oh, that hurts.
Hey, what dollar bill are you on, John Quincy Adams?
At least I didn't commit genocide.
Guess whose daughter died when she was 1? Oh, it's yours.
You are literally a slave owner.
Yeah, John, well, your hairline is literally a circle.
Your hairline looks like the McDonald's logo.
Your dad looks like a baby in a wig.
Alright, I'm just gonna cut it.
I'm gonna punch you in the throat, Andrew
Cut.
Jackson.
Cut!